Right, hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, wherever you're watching from, wherever you've come from. If you come from my Instagram, thank you very much. I did tell you all guys that I would be producing some vlogging content, because I did a poll and 95% of you guys said yes, you'd love to see some. So here I am. I did also mention in a video recently that I'm going to be transforming my warehouse slash mezzanine to the top of the warehouse part. The transformation's mainly up here, because this was a storage area with basically pretty much nothing storage, but nothing going on up here. So I'm making it into a podcast set and an office. But there's more of a development slash upgrade going on downstairs, which I will show you in a minute. Basically, the upgrade downstairs, which is happening, is I've got a workshop and 2 storage units. There's 2 dividing walls. Both of those are getting wiped out, making it one big workshop with some storage aside. My basic aims today were to show you what the workshop, the storage units and the mezzanine look like before I transform them. The mezzanine slash sort of podcast set already has some slight developments as I brought some furniture up here just to map it out, but I'll show you guys now how it's looking. On the left hand side we've got what will be a podcast set. On the right hand side is what will be an office. Be limited from that beam to that beam, which obviously isn't much of a limit. It's an amazing amount of space, so I'm so happy with it. Right, so let's talk about the podcast set. Just to warn you guys before I show you, all the furniture I'm using was just the stuff that was already up here. I'm using it purely to map stuff out. I might refurbish some of it or try and invest in new furniture. So what I have here is just a 3-seater that I found up here. Gives me a sort of reference where a sofa can go. This is something that's literally from my old house. It was in my old room, a little rocking chair. Another reference for where a chair slash sofa can go. I've got this storage slash shelving unit, which I can refurbish. I've already chopped the top off of it, so it's more at sort of shoulder level when you sat down. You can see across from one to another. Got a couple of my trophies. Well, I've got a couple trophies, a champagne bottle from my first ever GT Pro win. Just some gold stuff from my room as well. I mean, if you know me well, if you watch my racing account enough, you know that I love the colour gold. And if you've been in my room, you'll also definitely know that I love the colour gold, sufficiently so that I've had to kind of calm it down. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to get some of it out of my room. And system maybe. Also, found some gold spray paint. I couldn't help myself. So I guess what's the biggest change you're going to see on the podcast side? Well, the biggest change you're going to see here is the walling behind and the flooring. Okay, so we're going to have carpet tiles on the floor, and we're going to have some sort of wallpaper, either the bamboo strips. I've seen some gold stripped wallpaper, or the hex tiles that you see, which is soundproof. Obviously, that might be optimal depending. I am in a working environment, so something soundproof would probably help with the podcast. Otherwise, obviously, if I'm in a working workshop, I'm on an industrial estate, so I'm going to have noise, I'm going to have hammers going off, so it makes sense to have something soundproof or at least thick. Another big change you're going to see is obviously the quality of the furniture. At the moment we've got a half painted shelving unit, which I just did a little bit of experimenting on, and obviously the 3-seater here, I don't know if I'm going to replace it or refurbish it just yet. I have got one idea which I'm going to try on it. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to go on good old Facebook Marketplace. Let me know if you guys have got any requests of the sofa that you'd like to see in the podcast set, or some sort of sofa, because I've had a few ideas myself. I've seen some refurbished car boot sofas, so literally they take the boot of a car and put a sofa inside it. If you guys can find anything, know where to get one, or have any ideas of what you would like me to get, please leave them down below in the comments or message me on my Instagram. I'd love to hear them, and I'll definitely be taking them on board. And I guess the last piece of furniture here at the moment is this makeshift chair. It is surprisingly comfy and sturdy. I was about to eat my words. Yeah, I don't feel very safe in it, but I will. I'll see. I'll either literally just throw it and skip, or because I mean that's where all the wood was going to go anyway, or I'll refurbish it and it'll all be fine. It will all be living in Lapland. Right, hello everyone. It's future Alfie. The Alfie you were just watching was from 2 days ago. That was before I started much or most of the work, any proper work, on the storage units below the workshop and the mezzanine I'm up on now. So in terms of, the office and podcast set, which I was just talking you through, there hasn't been much development. I've left it as it is because currently the space up here isn't needed or doing anything. Whereas downstairs, obviously PRP is a front running team, and we need to prep carts. We need to, if we do something, we can't just leave it, half made. So we decided to make a start on downstairs, but we then had to finish it. So all of yesterday was flat out building slash refurbing the storage downstairs. Right, so before I show you what's gone on downstairs, I have already told you at the start of the video, but I've basically taken a workshop and 2 storage units and merged them all together. In terms of how far we are through the process, I'd say we're about 75% of the way there. If you look at it from the outside, it's pretty much done. It means you cut in the paint on the windows and stuff like that, but we've just done that before we go on holiday, so I'm going on holiday for the next week. Keep an eye out for some holiday vlogs, but that means I'm not going to be here for the next week for prep of PRP, etc, etc. So we wanted to get everything done, the core stuff done, so it's now a usable workshop. So let's crack on and show you what is going on down there. So from the outside, it's got some final touches, but there's nothing that's going to stop anyone working. So I don't know if you saw it before. That's my ladder to get up and down. We're getting some stairs in there soon. Obviously, safety first. Obviously the door used to be there, didn't it? So now, from there, obviously the end of the warehouse. So on a final note, here you go. This is what we've got at the moment. We have got, that's the entry at the entrance. It comes through all the way around here. Obviously this was the existing workshop at the moment, KZ. We've got all of our carts over here. We've got walls here ready to be walled. A ceiling is going to be going in up here. Extra lighting. We've got some spotlights over there already, in fact. So when I get back from holiday, we're going to make some more advances down here, getting this completely finished. And then once we get upstairs, well, that's when you guys should be really excited, because we've got some awesome stuff coming. Sorry, as I was trying to say, we've got some awesome stuff coming upstairs. You can see already up here, we've taken some of the framework that was behind the plywood doors, and we've got it here so we can make some studded frames for behind that wall. So soon, using that frame, we're going to have some stable walls either side, which allows me to plasterboard it and then get some decoration. I've also already got some boards downstairs, which could be used as a background set for my podcast, or at least making a bit of content. I personally used to use them for my expedition shows and stuff like that, just to create a nice set, but you know what? Why can't I just film with them? So I'll see how that looks, but even then, permanently, I am still looking to get a background. I might put a poll up with some pictures of what I was thinking and just let you guys decide really what I do with the background, with the setting. Guys, if you saw the video I posted on Instagram, I mean it. I need all of my supporters, all of my followers to have an input into what I'm doing up here. So for now, this is the end of the vlog. I did mention at the start that I would have showed you the before of the workshop and storage area, but unfortunately I didn't record, guys, so I am sorry about that. But this is the end of the vlog. This is my first ever vlog. Let me know what you think. Go over to my Instagram. We're almost on 20k followers. I'm really trying to hit 20k, especially by the end of August. So if you could do me a massive favour and go follow, I'd really appreciate that. But anyway, it's Alfie out now, so cheers, guys.